In a world that often feels overwhelmingly loud, where the relentless march of progress prioritizes speed over depth and noise over contemplation, there exists a rare group of individuals who move to the rhythm of a different, much quieter drum. They are the deeply empathetic, the profoundly intuitive, the quiet guardians of the human spirit. If we look closely at the architecture of our modern society, past the towering skyscrapers and the endless hum of digital connectivity, we find a profound emotional void that desperately needs filling. For those who possess an innate ability to feel the invisible currents of human emotion, choosing a life path is never merely about securing a paycheck or climbing a corporate ladder. It is a deeply spiritual quest for meaning. It is the pursuit of a vocation that aligns perfectly with their internal moral compass. Today, we invite you on a cinematic journey into the heart of this uniquely empathetic archetype. We will explore the sacred spaces where these visionaries do not just survive but truly flourish, transforming their deep internal landscapes into tangible healing for a fractured world. Let us step into the first sanctuary of fulfillment, the deeply profound realm of counseling and psychology. For the naturally intuitive soul, the human mind is not a clinical puzzle to be solved, but a vast, sacred landscape to be understood and respected. In the quiet intimacy of a therapy room, these individuals become master navigators of the human psyche. They create spaces of absolute safety, carefully woven with threads of unconditional positive regard and profound understanding. Imagine them as lighthouse keepers in the stormy seas of another person's mind. When a traveler is lost in the turbulent waters of anxiety, grief, or existential despair, the empath does not merely throw them a life preserver. They dive into the cold waters alongside them. They sit in the dark, patiently holding a lantern of hope until the individual is ready to find their own way back to the shore. This is not a job. It is a profound calling to witness human vulnerability and protect it. Within this therapeutic space, the deeply empathetic practitioner utilizes their emotional intelligence like an exquisite, finely tuned instrument. They possess an almost magical ability to decipher the unsaid, to hear the silent cries hidden beneath polite smiles, and to read the delicate micro-expressions that reveal a world of hidden pain. Every shared emotion, every tear shed, and every painful memory unveiled becomes a stepping stone toward personal transformation. They guide individuals towards self-discovery, helping them untangle the chaotic threads of their past to weave a completely new narrative for their future. The counseling room becomes a cocoon of profound trust, where brokenness is not judged, but meticulously repaired with the gold of human empathy. For the intuitive healer, returning home after a day of holding such heavy emotional weight is exhausting, yet it is a deeply satisfying exhaustion. It is the peace of knowing they have materially contributed to the emotional salvation of another human being. As we venture beyond the intimacy of the therapy room, we find these quiet visionaries standing courageously on the expansive battlegrounds of social work and nonprofit leadership. Here, their inherent sense of purpose converges with a relentless, burning pursuit of societal justice. They are acutely aware of the systemic inequalities that plague our world, the marginalized voices that are continuously silenced, and the communities left behind by the rapid pace of progress. In the trenches of social work, they become fierce, uncompromising advocates. They carry the spirit of those resilient ancestors who believed that a better world could be forged through sheer determination and community care. They step into impoverished neighborhoods, broken foster systems, and marginalized communities, armed not with weapons but with radical compassion. Their empathy acts as a true north compass, guiding them through the immensely complex and often frustrating terrain of bureaucratic red tape and societal indifference. When elevated to positions of leadership within nonprofit organizations, these intuitive souls orchestrate symphonies of positive change. Unlike traditional corporate environments driven entirely by profit margins and ruthless competition, the nonprofit sector allows them to focus entirely on the greater good. They are visionary architects, designing intricate blueprints to address the root causes of poverty, inequality, and systemic injustice. Their leadership style is completely distinct. It is not authoritarian or aggressive, but profoundly compassionate and deeply collaborative. They inspire their teams not through fear, but by uniting them under a shared vision of a more equitable world. They understand that true societal transformation takes time, mirroring the quiet, steady flow of a river that eventually carves its way through solid rock. In these roles, they sculpt organizations into powerful vessels of hope, proving that profound empathy, when organized and directed, is the most formidable force for change on the planet. Let us now turn the page and embark upon a captivating exploration into the evocative, limitless realms of writing and journalism. For the deeply introspective mind, words are not merely tools for communication. They are the very alchemy of the soul. Within the quiet sanctuary of the blank page, these individuals find a profound avenue for translating their incredibly complex inner worlds into beautiful, digestible realities. Imagine them as solitary weavers, sitting at the loom of language, intricately spinning tapestries of prose that resonate with breathtaking depth and nuance. In a world that communicates in rapid, thoughtless sound bites, the intuitive writer takes their time. They pause, they reflect, they search for the exact word that captures the delicate essence of the human experience. Whether they are penning deeply personal memoirs, thought-provoking essays, or enchanting works of fiction, they transform mere ink and paper into powerful, electrifying conduits of raw emotion and universal meaning. Venturing further into the landscapes of purpose, we discover the profoundly enriching path of education. For the intuitive soul, standing at the front of a classroom is never simply about reciting facts, grading papers, or enforcing strict discipline. It is a grand, sweeping canvas where they wield their immense passion for knowledge as a brush, meticulously painting the intellectual and emotional foundations of the next generation. Within the hallowed, quiet halls of learning, they do not just impart academic knowledge, they actively cultivate the character of their students. They are true cultivators of the soul. They remember the deep cultural reverence for teachers, a respect born from the understanding that education is the ultimate key to breaking cycles of poverty and ignorance. They create a classroom environment that feels like a sacred greenhouse, a place where young, fragile minds are given the precise mixture of intellectual sunlight and emotional water needed to blossom into their highest potential. Their teaching style is deeply articulate, patient, and infinitely empathetic. They easily recognize the quiet student in the back of the room who is struggling not just with the curriculum, but with the heavy burdens of life. They become mentors, confidants, and steadfast guides on the personal and academic odyssey of their students. They intuitively understand that a child cannot learn if their spirit is troubled. Therefore, they offer tailored, gentle support, ensuring that every single student's unique journey is met with profound encouragement. Beyond traditional subjects, they teach the unspoken curriculum of kindness, resilience, and emotional intelligence. When a student leaves their classroom at the end of the year, they carry with them not only a greater understanding of the world, but a greater, more compassionate understanding of themselves. It is a career of planting beautiful, life-giving trees, knowing perfectly well they may never sit in their shade. Finally, we must explore the profoundly nurturing, critically important world of holistic healthcare. Those with deeply empathetic spirits are naturally drawn to professions that focus on the comprehensive well-being of the human condition. Whether they serve as dedicated nurses, compassionate physical therapists, or holistic health practitioners, they inherently understand that the body and the mind are intimately, inextricably connected. When a patient is suffering from physical pain, the intuitive healer knows that their spirit is also in deep distress. They approach their patients not as a collection of symptoms on a medical chart, but as whole, complex human beings carrying stories of fear, hope, and vulnerability. Their bed's manner is akin to a warm, comforting blanket on a freezing winter night. They take the time to hold a trembling hand, to speak in soft, reassuring tones, and to offer a presence that is deeply grounding. They forge personal, deeply spiritual connections that contribute materially to the physical healing process. In the quiet moments between tending to the sick, they find a profound sense of peace. It is the perfect harmony of their natural empathy and their desperate desire to make a lasting, positive impact on the world. To all the quiet guardians, the deeply intuitive souls, and the profoundly empathetic listeners out there, know that your sensitivity is not a weakness in this harsh world. It is the very medicine this broken world so desperately needs. Whether you find your calling in the quiet sanctuary of a therapy room, the frontline trenches of social work, the solitary desk of a writer, the vibrant energy of a classroom, or the healing wards of a hospital, your work is absolutely sacred. May you always find spaces that honor your profound depth. May you continue to protect your own peace while you pour out your heart to heal others. May grace, gentle strength, and profound fulfillment walk beside you on whatever career path you choose to illuminate with your brilliant, quiet light.